So the store checkout is a feature that allows you to replace the default WooCommerce checkout page, and you can customize this page on your own, or you could use one of our templates to replace the default WooCommerce checkout so that your buyers get a easier and more clean buying journey, so that there's less drop-offs when someone visits the checkout, and you get low abandoned carts and more people go through the payments. Okay, obviously there are more things to it, but for now let me show you how you can use the store checkout. So while you're on the dashboard, if you look at the top, you can go to the store checkout tab. If you click on that, once you click on this, it's going to take you to this page. So this is where you can create checkout pages for your entire WooCommerce store. You could create one as the default checkout. You could even set up checkout forms or layouts for conditional purposes. All right, so let me show you how you can create a store checkout in WPFunnels. So here, click on plus store checkout, and it's going to take you to this page. So here you can see we have different types of templates based on the layout. So you have 2-column checkout, you have multi-step checkout, we have express checkout, and single column checkout. More are coming up. Now these are all checkout form layouts that we have researched and found out has worked for successful e-commerce businesses, and that's how we designed it. These are going to at least get you better results than what you have in the default WooCommerce checkout. At the same time, these are not just checkout forms, you also have the page designs. So whichever one you want, you can hover on it and click on preview to take a look at it. So this is going to show you exactly how the page will be if you import this one as your store checkout. You could also take a look at the thank you page. So after someone places an order, what's the confirmation page they're going to see. Now, if you're happy with this, the layout and let's say the design, you can click on import over here, or you can go back, hover on it and click on import, whichever you find suitable. And once it's imported, this is where you'll be. So you can see that now you have a checkout page and a thank you page created as part of the store checkout. Okay. Now, once you create your first store checkout, it automatically is enabled to replace your default WooCommerce checkout. In case you're not confident yet, you can always disable this right now. All right. And then, customize it. And once you're ready with it, you can then think about, enabling it. Okay. Now, why am I saying that? Is because, I just imported a template, and it's not necessary that this template matches your brand already. You might want to change the logo. You might want to change the colors. So I think it's best, you first get it ready, match your brand, and then, make it live. So once you have imported this, here, each of this page is already designed and ready to go. Let me show you. If you click on preview, this is how the checkout page looks by default. Okay, so anyone who's going to now purchase a product from your shop, they're going to directly enter this checkout page. Now, obviously, you can see it says some other brand. The colors are different. So you can easily customize that using your preferred page builder. So in my case, I've selected Elementor as my preferred page builder. So I can customize this page with Elementor anytime I want. Or if I go to the canvas, I can click on edit, and this is going to open up in Elementor edit mode. And you can see that this is the page, and everything over here can be customized with Elementor's default settings. For example, this is the checkout form. You can select this and then change the design and typography from here. Other than that, you can also choose different layout we have in WPFunnels to present over here. So you have all this control in this area over here. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. The best part is that based on your page builder, you can actually have different style controls. As I said, you can change the typography, you can change the border colors, you can change everything that you think suits best with your brand. Okay, so that's how you can design the page. You can do the same for the thank you page, and once this is updated, once you're confident that, okay, this is what I want for people to see when they check out, you can enable this. And now this will be replacing your default WooCommerce checkout. So let me give you a glimpse of, what the customer is going to see right now when they come to your shop. So this is a product I have in my WooCommerce store. Let me add it to the cart and view the cart. So this is how my cart looks like. Now let me click on proceed to checkout. And there you go. Now, instead of the default WooCommerce checkout, this is what I'm looking at, the template I just created in WPFunnels on store checkout. Okay, and if I place an order with cash on delivery, I already have some dummy data over here. So let me place order. And there you go, it took me to that custom thank you page I had. So that's how simple it is to use Storewide checkout. Now, obviously, it has a few more features. So if I click on set conditions, you can see that you have the option to enable this based on some custom rules. So let's enable this. And you can see you can set up different types of rules over here. So in case you want to have a different types of checkout layout for one category and another one for another category, then that's the time you want to set these rules. But obviously there is a much higher benefit to using rule-based checkout, is that let's say you have multiple categories in your store, one for men's clothing, one for women's clothing, all right? So at that time, what will you offer as an order bump at the checkout or an upsell after checkout? That time you would want to offer something that's relevant to what the customer already has in the cart. Isn't that right? So in that case, what you can do is, let's say for men's clothing, you could set the category to men's clothing in the rules. And for this, you can create a checkout with an order bump that's more relevant to men. So let's say if someone is buying a jacket, a men's jacket, you could set an order bump for men's clothing to offer a white t-shirt. So whenever the buyer is about to go to the checkout page and purchase the jacket, he's going to see an order bump on a t-shirt, which is very relevant to him. It's like when you're selling a pair of shoes, maybe you would want to offer a pair of socks as an order bump. You would definitely not want to offer a pair of gloves when someone is buying shoes, right? So adding conditional checkout journeys helps you make personalized offers so that they would accept it more readily. Okay, but in case you just want to create a universal one, don't set any rules, and that's just fine. And at the same time, in the Storewide checkout, you have the option to offer at least one order bump in the free version. So you can go to order bump and you can create one order bump right here. If you click on plus order bump and then search for the product you want to offer. So let's say I want to offer a speaker. So I can choose that, and over here I can define any discount I want. So if I want to offer, let's say, a percentage discount of 20%, so that's something I can offer. And I can also customize the text of this. So special one-time offer, 20% off, let's say. So I can do all of that. You can see that the text updated here. I can add a description to this. I can do all of that and save changes. So now when someone is going to go through the checkout process in my WooCommerce store, they're going to see that offer as order bump. Now, obviously, what I've done now is I haven't set any rules and I've made an order bump offer. It means this is a static offer. Anything people buys, they're going to see this as order bump. That is why the condition is very important. If you can set separate checkout flows for different types of scenarios, then you could have higher chances of converting people with order bumps and upsells afterwards. Now, obviously, this one has more options. You can go to options. You can see you have different options around coupons, quantity selection. You also have the option to add order bumps, as I just showed you. You can also have other optimization options over here, including adding a testimonial to your checkout page. This template already has that. You just have to, update the content to match what you have. You could also edit the checkout field, which is a pro feature, and you have other necessary settings. So you have all of that for the checkout page of your store checkout. At the same time, you can click on this plus icon to add an upsell offer that goes with this journey. So let's say I'm just going to choose this one. This just means that whenever someone enters the checkout flow, after they have gone through checkout, they're going to get an upsell offer right after. So here you can offer any product you want. But as I said, if you have a conditional checkout flow, then you should offer something that's relevant to what they already have in the cart. And for now, let's just not have this. There you go. And once you're happy with this, you can go back and you can see that this is listed. But for conditional ones, you can add more of this and then set conditions over there, and that's how it's going to work. And after you have this live, once you start getting sales, you're going to get the analytics right on this same place. All right, so it makes it so much convenient. So that's how easy it is to use Storewide checkout with WPFunnels.